I am someone you'll never know, but that doesn't matter. What matters are my actions. I need to confess, to lay it all out, and face what I've done. Here is the full account of my crime, the story before, during, and after, and how I got caught. It began innocently enough when I reconnected with an old friend, Victor from high school. We hadn't seen each other in years, but when I ran into him at a coffee shop, it felt like no time had passed. Victor had always been the charismatic one, the guy everyone wanted to be around. He was successful now, or so it seemed, and he had an offer that sounded too good to be true. I wasn't in a bad place exactly. I had a decent job, a nice apartment, and a comfortable life, but there was always that nagging feeling that I was meant for more, that I could be doing something greater. Victor saw that. He knew how to push the right buttons, to make me question my mundane existence. One night, over drinks, Victor started talking about his new business venture. He was vague at first, dropping hints about high profits and low risk. He said he needed someone he could trust to help him expand. I was intrigued but cautious. When I pressed for details, he assured me it was all above board, just a matter of providing a service to people in need. Victor's charm worked its magic. I agreed to join him, thinking it was a legitimate business opportunity. He took me under his wing, showing me the ropes and introducing me to his associates. It wasn't long before I realized the true nature of his operation. Victor was running a sex trafficking ring. He never called it that, of course. To him, it was just business. He convinced me that I'd be making a lot of money quickly and that I'd be helping people find companionship. My desire for a more exciting life blinded me to the truth. My job was to recruit. Victor gave me a script and a list of targets, vulnerable individuals who could be easily manipulated. I was good at it too. I'd approach them with promises of a better life, just like Victor had done with me. The lies rolled off my tongue as easily as breathing. Once they were hooked, Victor took over. He'd strip away their dignity, their freedom, until they were nothing more than commodities to be bought and sold. I tried to ignore the reality, but deep down, I knew what I was doing was horribly wrong. I justified it by telling myself that I had no choice, that it was them or me. Victor wasn't just charming, he was also menacing. There was this guy, Tom, who had joined Victor's operation around the same time I did. Tom wasn't as successful in his recruiting efforts. One day, he simply disappeared. Victor said he had taken care of the problem, and his cold, threatening tone left no room for misinterpretation. I knew then that failure was not an option. Victor made it clear, step out of line, and you might be next. One night, everything changed. I was sent to pick up a new recruit, a young woman named Maria. She was smart, tough, and saw right through my lies. She confronted me, called me out for the scumbag I was. Her bravery shook me. For the first time, I saw myself through the eyes of the people I was hurting. Maria's words haunted me. I started to make mistakes, small ones at first. I was distracted, careless. Victor noticed and warned me, but I couldn't shake the guilt. I began secretly helping some of the girls escape, giving them money and directions to safe houses. As more and more women started getting away, Victor's paranoia grew. He became more violent, more erratic. The fear of what he might do to me if he found out I was the one helping them escape was crippling. I knew I couldn't keep this up forever. The final straw came when the police raided one of Victor's operations. They'd been building a case for months, gathering evidence, and finally had enough to take him down. They arrested Victor and several others, but I managed to slip away. Terrified and desperate, I knew I had to make a choice. I went to the police and confessed everything: the recruitment, the manipulation, the lives I'd ruined. I named names, gave up locations, anything to help bring the entire operation down. I agreed to testify against Victor in exchange for protection. They put me in a witness protection program, a rat program, as some might call it. I had to leave everything behind: my old life, my friends, my family. It was the only way to stay safe. Victor was furious, and even from behind bars, his reach was long. He had associates who would do anything for him. Now I live in constant fear, always looking over my shoulder, knowing that one day, Victor or one of his men might find me. The guilt of my past actions weighs heavily on me, but at least now I'm trying to make amends. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I needed to tell the truth, to face the reality of my actions. And maybe, just maybe, my confession will serve as a warning to others that the path of crime, no matter how tempting, only leads to ruin.